Hello, I am Laura Reich, a member of the Quad City Woodturners Club, and I'm here to talk about sharpening. Sharpening your tools is probably the most important talent that one can have. If you're not succeeding in wood turning, it's probably because your tools are dull. If you are turning for about 10-20 minutes, you probably should go and sharpen that tool. Today I'm going to show you this Wolverine system. This is a typical 8-inch slow speed grinder that you can purchase. This brand happens to be Delta. Probably the Rikon grinder is the more popular one today. Usually they're always come with 2 wheels. This black wheel here is a silicon carbide. This wheel is aluminum oxide. The difference is that if you're going to reform a tool, or you actually have a ding in a tool, you want to use this more aggressive side. That's generally the only time you use this wheel. This is the wheel you normally sharpen with. Sometimes these setups come with a blue wheel, which would be a ceramic, and that would replace this one here. Now there is one other wheel we want to talk about. Oh, one thing I want to mention is that when you're using these wheels, the tools get very hot when you're grinding them. So very often we have a container of water, and after you grind the tool, suggested do not touch it, it's hot. Stick it in some water for a few seconds, and that will cool it down considerably. There is another tool we want to talk about, another stone, and that's this one over here. For the CBN wheel. This wheel, it's a lifetime wheel as long as you do not grind old style carbon steel, such as on lawnmowers, old equipment. If you have old tools, they were probably made with the carbon steel. You do not want to use that grinder for this. This grinder is a lifetime grinder. The CBM wheel used to cost $200 to $300. Now you might be able to get one for about $100. The wheel is supposed to be a lifetime wheel as long as you treat it well. One nice thing about it is the tool does not heat up as quickly or as much as on these other wheels. So you don't have to worry about touching the tool after you grind it. Okay, a third tool that we use for grinding is in between sharpening your tools on the wheels, you might want to just hone your tools. And in this case, you have a diamond stone. You take your tool and you can just rub it on the stone to hone that tool. To get it sharp. The Wolverine system comes with several parts. You have this bottom part. You have this tool rest, and then you have a long bar rest, which just fits inside here. And I'm going to show using that first. If you want to sharpen a bowl gouge, the Wolverine system also comes with this, it doesn't come with, you have to buy them separately, these set of Raptor gauges. For the bowl gouge, you would use the 50 Raptor tool, set it in the very base, move it up to the wheel until your 2 points match the wheel, and then you can tighten so it doesn't lose its sizing. The Wolverine system comes with another handle. This is where you would insert your bowl gouge into this handle. Now, how far in you want to go, they recommend 2 inches. They do sell a little red 2-inch gauge that you can tie to your workshop, but turners have really come up with a much easier, a 2-inch depth gauge. This little block of wood, you can put your gouge inside. It measures off the 2 inches, and you want to tighten. So now I have my 2 inches sticking out. Now to sharpen, you always want to wear your safety shield. You're going to hold one hand on the bottom of the tool, one hand on the top of the tool. Ideally, you want to make this cut in one movement so that you're not stopping and causing a little rift in your gouge. So you set the tool right at the edge. And there we have a sharpened tool. And this is a repeatable process, so every time you use this gauge, this gouge, it's going to have the same shape of the bevel that you want to be tracing. Next, we'll try to sharpen a spindle gouge. The spindle gouges are often smaller, and in that case, they ask you or recommend using the 45 Raptor tool. Okay, again, I set the tool into the rest here. I bring it up to the wheel. I make sure the 2 points are contacting that wheel in the right position, and I tighten. Now, the spindle gouge goes into the same handle. Just have to, okay. Again, I want to measure this to be 2 inches long here. So here I'm just going to use my same depth tool. Again, I'm going to hold it at the bottom and at the top. I'm going to make sure I have my shield on. Okay. Next, I'm going to show you the roughing gouge. The roughing gouge, they recommend that you use the 35 Raptor. But in this case, I'll show you using this pad here. I'm going to remove that, put the pad on. Now, when you are doing sharpening a tool using this pad, instead of holding the tool in this manner, you're going to flip it upside down. And you see this little edge here. That is meant to go on this rest. So if I put it against the rest, and I want to loosen that up. And again, I want to match the tool prongs against the table. Make sure everything is good and tight. Put on your safety. And in this case, I'm going to hold my fingers on the tool. I'm going to rest it right on this ledge. And I want to turn the tool. again, we can see ends up with a nice sharp edge on it. And it's repeatable. You can also grind other tools just by using the table rest here and just matching the angle that's already on the tool, such as for a skew. So in this case, I'm going to put the skew on the table, and I actually want to match the curve that's already on the skew, and you see the table's not at all in the angle. So I want to find where the table and the skew hit the same angle. Tighten up. Here I'm tightening up two things here. Turn it on. Wear my safety helmet. Placing the tool right on the rest. Bringing it up to the wheel. Turn it on the other side. Do the same thing. And then you can see it's got a nice sharp edge on it there.
Good afternoon. My name is Jerry Johansson. I am also a member of the Quad City Woodturners Club in Western Illinois and Eastern Iowa. Laura has shown you how to use the Wolverine sharpening system, but there's another option if you are hand sharpening your tools and don't need all the things from the Wolverine. However, in full disclosure, when I ordered this, I ordered it with the Wolverine rest with it because I use the Wolverine at home all the time. This is a RoboRest. It's made by Reed Gray in Portland, Oregon. I think it's Portland at least. He's a professional wood turner who built this for his own use, and so many friends liked it that he finally started selling it. The real point of it is, and as Laura pointed out to you, replication is the important part. You want your tools to always be the same so that when you use them, you don't have to change what you're doing. This has 5-degree increments from 30 degrees all the way to 90 degrees. And so you can set your angle you want. This particular gouge is at 60 degrees, or I guess, excuse me, this one's at 65 degrees. So when we sharpen that, we don't need all of the other tools and things. We just need this platform. And a real quick pass, and you have your tool sharpened. This is not only good because it replicates it, but it's very fast. In my shop at home, I just have this always sitting there. You pop this into whatever angle you wish, change that around, and you're done sharpening. This costs about $100, and in my opinion has been well worth it. Thank you.